Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective, and today we're going to be reviewing Ready to Love season 7 or 8 depending on who you ask, episode 10, Two Truths and a Lie. But before we get into that, I've got a couple housekeeping items I need to cover with y'all. Let's get into that first. Talked about this now. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers. I want to do it by the end of this month, March 2023, but I know I might not be able to make it to that. I don't know, but my goal still is 500 subscribers and I need your help. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me down at the bottom of this screen. And if you've already subscribed, hit that like button and get down in the comments. It will help me out get into this review. Okay, so the episode picks up right where we left off. There, it's elimination. So Mercedes, for some reason, was put down on the chopping blocks. I feel like that was Andre hating it. He had a bone to pick with Mercedes, so this was his way of getting back at her. And Lyndon old hating as well. It was Mercedes and Sue Ann. And I said to myself, let me tell you something. If Mercedes go home, I'm not watching this no more. I'm not watching it for the rest of the season until the reunion, because that would have just been ridiculous. Thank God, okay, thank the ancestors, Sue Ann ended up going home. And that meant everybody knew it, that as soon as Sue Ann goes home, Blake got to go home too. And on cue, Blake is like, well, I got to pack my bags. Let me get it on up out of here. You absolutely right. You need to go. But also, it was a complete cop-out because he didn't allow the women to eliminate him. He decided that he was just going to eliminate himself. Bye, Blake. Bye, Sue Ann. Toodles. Morgan and Lyndon. Lyndon has noticed that Morgan has been acting different. She's been distancing herself from him since the whole blowout with Tony in the last episode that they showed us. He said he wants to pull Morgan aside and have an opportunity to talk to her about how it's actually hurting him. He also wants some answers from Morgan as well, which he should get answers from Morgan. Like, listen, we down to the finals. What you doing, girl? What you plan on doing? We can't just keep going on like this. So Lyndon pulls her aside. They're having a conversation. I think Tony is outside doing something. I'm not sure. I think in between these conversations, Tommy sends them a kit. Ready to Love sends them a kit to be able to make candles for their connections and then present it a little bit later on in the evening. So as groups are going and rotating, going out to make their candles, people are like mingling and pairing off and being able to have tough conversations. And so in this piece, that's when Lyndon is able to pull Morgan aside because Tony is preoccupied with making a candle. Lyndon's able to pull Morgan aside to have this real conversation. Morgan is saying that, you know, she thinks that Lyndon has treated her well and that she really appreciates him and, you know, all of these things, but she won't be backed into a corner or rushed to make a decision. She won't do that. She's also not going to give up on Tony, even though she sees the red flags flying right in front of her. But honestly, Lyndon, I think Morgan is doing you a favor because Morgan is also a red flag flying back and forth, okay? She is also a red flag. My hypothesis, my theory on the reason why she's choosing Tony, it has nothing to do with Tony being a good guy and she really likes him. No, because she know Tony ain't what he says he is. Pieces in each other that they want to be able to conquer. This conversation kind of puts Morgan in a spin. She's crying. And y'all been there where you're choosing the guy that really don't mean you. You're choosing the guy who really ain't right, and you're letting the good guy go, and you're feeling really bad about it, and you know you're making a bad decision, but you just have to go. You just have to go with that bad guy. It's that remorse that you're feeling. She goes into the room. Cynthia follows her in there and has this pep talk with Morgan. Tony walks in and he's pissed. He's like, are you okay? And Morgan says, yes, I'm fine. And he was like, really? Or what's really going on? He figures he's putting two and two together. He goes back out and he's talking to Andre and is like, listen, If she's crying for 2 hours in a room with Cynthia because she has to have a hard conversation with Lyndon about how she don't want to be with him and she'd rather be with me, then maybe I need to be the one to go home. I don't like this. This is making me feel away. Honest, again, this is all about ego. This is all about competition. It has nothing to do with actually really liking Morgan for who she truly is. It's a pissing contest, if you ask me. They decided that they were going to have a pajama party to go along with the candle presentation. What the hell Jeffrey had on, y'all? She looked the fool. I'm gonna just say that she looked the fool. Girl, what do you got on? And then the little titty meat hanging out. I'm like, Jeffrey, what we doing here, girl? He's in the room, knocked out sleep, so he's not participating in the video. But that probably was that was probably in his best interest, because his candle had a bug in it and was half empty, which was a message. If Morgan had decided to be wise and pick up on it, Morgan, that was a message for you. He don't have nothing to give you. And what he does, girl's got bugs in it, girl. You don't want it. But Morgan gonna go for it anyway. Whatever, that's her. She a red flag her damn self, so it really doesn't matter. Jeffrey, being the extra woman that she feels like she needs to be, she reaches for her candle and presents it. Call this biblical husband. Baby, Jeffrey is laying it on thick. Biblical husband? What about him is biblical, sis? I ain't heard. I ain't seen. Please, somebody tell me. Get down in the comments and tell me what I'm missing about Andre being a biblical husband. Mark Anthony grabs his candle. It's mango scented. He gives it to Mercedes and says, "This is for my little brown sugar thing." And Jeffrey is like, "Oh, that's cute." he's I'm starting to see a little bit of his ego. I'm starting to see a little bit of yours. Anthony grabs his candle and he hands it over. He did it like, handed it over to Cynthia and was like, "Here you go." I was like, okay, Anthony. He did it real smooth. Did y'all catch that? Get down in the comments and let me know if y'all caught that. Anthony was like, "Here you go, girl." It was cute. Cynthia grabs her candle and she says part of the scent is coffee, and I'm giving this to you, Anthony, because I want to wake up next to you every morning. And I was like, have we already made decisions? Because at this point, I feel like we already made decisions. They were really cute together. I think Anthony and Cynthia, now I can't guarantee their longevity now. I can't do that. But what I can say is that is a relationship that I would approve. Okay. Jeffrey reaches over and says, "Oh, there's a candle for Andre. There's an extra candle for Andre." What's happening here? There's an extra candle for Andre. What's happening here? Y'all know her voice. Oh, so annoying. Cynthia grabs it and says, "Yes, I made this for Andre as well. It's made for Peppermint. I see who you are. I see the good things that you are, blah, blah, blah." It was very much Hallmark card, thinking of you. Let me just give you this card because I forgot your birthday the other day, kind of thing. Like, it was like, oh, we making 2 candles for people? Anthony did not like that. He really didn't. I wouldn't have liked it either. I'm like, girl, why did you waste your time? With the messaging that you gave Anthony versus the messaging that you gave Andre, girl, why did you even waste your time? Girl, that was dumb. All right, now it's Andre's time. Andre gives a candle to Cynthia. He says some foolishness. Then he says, "Oh, I'm giving a candle to my number 2 connection." Number 2 connection? Girl, you didn't catch that, girl? And he gives the candle to Jeffrey. Girl, you didn't catch that, girl? You number 2, girl? Morgan sits down with Tony, final night before they all leave, and ask him to prove himself to her again. Girl, why are we even doing this? She asked the same question that she asked when they first started talking at the beginning of the show. Girl, what he said the exact same thing that he said at the beginning of the show. How did you use that as a gauge to determine whether or not you wanted to be with him or Lyndon? Blake meets with Tommy. I don't even know why we had this conversation. Blake talked like he had actual options. Blake talked like he actually had somebody else who was interested in him. Blake, what we doing, Blake? No. Tommy said, "Is there any other connections, any other people?" Tommy, now you know, good and damn well, ain't nobody interested in Blake. He ends up sending him home. They end up going, praise God, thank you, and good night. Mark Anthony and Mercedes have a date outside of the house or the weekend getaway. Mercedes is saying, you know, everyone's looking at us like the couple that wants to have fun, you know, with no rules. We party all the time. And literally they are. They are young and they are, you know, they're not anchored to anyone or anything. Now, y'all get into this because I completely forgot that Jeffrey is 32. Jeffrey, did y'all hear that? Jeffrey is 32. Mark Anthony is 34. Why does Jeffrey remind me of a 40-something-year-old woman? Mark Anthony is older than Jeffrey. Wow. Mercedes says, you know, I want to have a date with Mark Anthony. I'm really excited about it. I feel like we've gotten closer since we've been in the house. I just want to make sure that Mark Anthony is got that anchorness that I need in a relationship. Sis Mercedes, we have been in this process. I have been sitting here for the last 10 episodes. And you just now asking Mark Anthony about his steadfastness, girl? What have y'all been doing this whole time? You know what? Don't answer that because I already know what y'all been doing. Because I saw the way he looked at you when you said do you want to get out of here? Girl, I already know. Let's see the elimination. We all are talking about Tommy shares with the women that Blake decided that he was going to self-eliminate. Everybody's like, yes, oh, sad, Thank God. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Cynthia says that Anthony and Dre are connections in different ways. Girl, Anthony is the man that you need to be with, girl. Or need to choose, okay? Because Andre, right. Jeffrey says that Andre is her biblical husband. Again, here we go with this biblical husband foolishness, girl. I am sick of it. Mark Anthony is also another man. She says that he's changed himself in many ways. That's not a good thing. That's not the flex that she thought that was. She says Tony is a great man and that blah, 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 blah. Y'all know what she usually says. Tommy says, listen, it sounds like you're going to be letting a good man go if you decide to choose Tony. Are you sure you want to do that? You need to sit down with Lyndon, have a conversation with him, and talk to him about what your decision is. They end up going to dinner. They have a conversation, and ultimately, Morgan lets Lyndon know that she's going to go with Tony. Big surprise. We all know that Morgan likes that back and forth, that toxic behavior. She needs that. She feeds off of it. This is the woman who put nair in someone's hair. Morgan is not someone who wants a regular relationship with a man who listens and is compassionate and is caring. Not to say that Lyndon is that guy. Lyndon is not he's not looking to get married. Baby, he still got a roommate, okay? Lyndon is nowhere near there financially or emotionally. But Tony is not either. But Morgan would rather, she wants that excitable love, that excitable interaction with that man that's almost toxic and constantly back and forth and the power struggle. Like, she needs that. Ultimately, Lyndon goes home, Blake goes home, and then the next episode, we're going to be seeing family members. They're going to be meeting family members. I don't know why we're doing this because these people are just dating. They're not even talking about getting married. They're just dating. They're just determining whether or not this person is someone they want to date. That's crazy that you meet this person's family at this point already. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about the episode. I'm ready for it to be over. I just want to see the reunion. I'm just ready for the reunion, y'all. I'm really and truly, I'm just ready to see this reunion. Anywho, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to my 500 subscribers. I need your help. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, hit that like button and get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the episode and talk to me nice, okay? It'll really help your girl out. I'll see you later. Take care.